What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out a brand new company that's making a debut here in the channel, EK Knives, for Eclipse Knives. And this is a very interesting knife. I was messaging back and forth with the brand owner, and I think you guys are going to be in for a treat. We're going to obviously go through it together, doing the honors here. I got the Vosteed Von Vat, and literally this thing has not left the pocket here since I unboxed it in the channel. This one you can customize, change the scale, really make it your own. I'm rocking the orange with the gray on the other side. Really been digging that. Of course, this knife and every other knife you see in this video will be linked down below. Got the magnetic case here. Does help out the channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you and at zero extra cost. By the way, quick disclaimer, this video is sponsored because your boy's got to pay the bills, especially doing this YouTube thing full time. But that doesn't change a thing because I'm still going to share with you my raw first impressions opinion about this knife regardless. And the brand themselves have not been able to see this video before it gets posted. So that out of the way, we're in for a treat, guys. This is yeah, definitely a large EDC. So all my folks out there with the Miguel, where the big knives at? Where the big knives at? Right here. This one is certainly something, right? So we got the packaging right here, man, holy macaroni, right? Got some silica gel in there, you know, got the, obviously it's a slightly bigger box. But okay, listen, I don't want to hear nobody complaining on the comments that the knife is too big, because you all ask for big knives. Holy moly. Yeah, this is definitely a big folder right here. Man, I was not expecting this at all. And I know the company is planning on doing smaller models. This is their very first model that they currently have. Obviously, we're going to get into details. But man, oh man, we got some size here. Obviously, we're going to need to get our measuring tape here because folded, we're looking at over 6.5, a little bit under 7 inches, right? If we count the glass breaker back there, a little bit over 6.75, like 6.8. 6.85 or so. So just imagine when we get this thing unfolded here. We do have G10 going on the outside. We have proud liners here with a stainless steel backspacer, I'm sure. There we go. And we have you know, hardware throughout the handle here. Looks to be T6, not T8. You know, T8 would have been more preferable because that's just the new, should be the new standard these days, right? T8 over T6. You guys know how I feel about that. We have a deep pocket carry clip. That is definitely a deep pocket carry clip, no doubt. And it is reversible. All you have to do is undo the glass breaker, switch it around, boom, it's reversible, good to go. And the alignment right there is also very nice, very good alignment as well. Yeah, we have a lot going on here. Like, what in the world is going on here? I guess we're gonna find out together here because, yeah, this is an interesting new locking mechanism of sorts. And I have not seen a locking mechanism like this one before. There's a very interesting story behind how, you know, they came up with this locking mechanism, right? Like the story behind it, I'll share in a second, but I wonder if it looks like it's locked here. Oh yeah, that is a button right there. So I can push down on it. And again, I'm just going through this. We're getting raw first impressions of this big old thing right here, right? Don't insert any comments there. No, that's what she said jokes. And yeah, let's see. I'm just gonna do a two-handed, man, because to be honest, I gotta figure out this knife first before I even try to do anything else. Oh, that is, listen, that is a different type of lock right there indeed. That was a whole different experience right there. The way this thing locks. I mean, look at this. What are we classifying this, ladies and gentlemen? What kind of locking mechanism is this, right? To unlock. Right, you do that. It will prevent the blade from opening on its own. So I think that was intentional. We'll talk more about that in a moment. But yeah, what kind of lock this is? I mean, it's not necessarily a button lock in the traditional sense. It's not a top liner lock. It's not a button operated liner lock. It's not a plunge lock button lock. So yeah, definitely something unique and interesting for sure. Now, the owner tells me he was going through a knife phase when he designed this knife, where he was really into big knives, right? Just like a lot of you guys in my comment section, or all like, Miguel, we want to see the big knives. Show us the big stuff. All right, listen, this is right here. Definitely something. This model is the 180-1, right? And obviously 180 comes from the idea that the blade goes from here to here. That's 180 degrees, right? So check it out. 180 degrees of movement that the button lock makes when turning. All right, so I guess they're calling it a button lock because in a way it is a button and it does lock. So we're calling it a button lock, but this is a different button lock than you have ever experienced. That's for sure. So, and the other thing too is he plans on making smaller knives from this one, right? He's planning on making smaller knives like that more people might be willing to carry, you know, as compared to something like this. So Definitely something to keep in mind. Now we do have a D2 blade. It is a stonewash D2 blade. And the blade is even interesting in its own way. We have a flat grind. We know that. It is a bit of a chunker right there. Definitely got some thickness. Let me get my calipers out here because, yeah, let's just find out where this thing comes in at. 0.18, right? That's some thickness right there. 0.18. The average in the channel is 0.12. The handle thickness, in case you're curious, is 0.57 with an average in the handle of 0.5. So it's a little bit bigger than usual. But yeah, that's an interesting blade there. We got a little bit of a switch up here. We have this little curve line, right? So it's a little bit of a Nesmok little take here. It kind of goes down and goes back up again. A little bit of a drop point right there in the front. So even got some belly for tabletop cutting as well. All right, so check that out. And I mean, needless to say, the ergos on this thing, you got handle for days, right? You got to be the Hulk in order to tell me that, you know, you don't have enough room, enough handle room right here. Because this thing is, like, I can even fit this thing in frame. That's how big it is, right? Check this out. So I got the hammer grip back here. That feels comfortable. Obviously, you can see the different cutouts. So I can grip further forward and go all the way here, right? So I can grip at least 3 different ways very, very comfortably. All right, so that's nice. And of course, the pocket clip being so wide, it's also very comfortable. Barely feel the pocket clip there. It's going to be a good, I want to say 9. Yeah, 9 out of 10 or so. Maybe 9.5 out of 10. Oh, that feels really good. I mean, you're looking for a substantial piece of cutting apparatus tool here. That, yeah, this will definitely do it, no doubt about it. So ergos are good, especially accommodating way bigger hands than mine. I have a measly average size hands, right? Not even worthy of such a knife or such handle, I'll tell you that. But yeah, definitely great ergos there. Pocket clip is reversible, like we said earlier. The pocket clip also works, from what I understand, right? I think we can loosen up the glass breaker here by hand. And if I understand correctly, according to the brand owner, we've been messaging back and forth, we can actually use the pocket clip. Oh, where are you going, sir? Well, first of all, you know, we can reverse it, right? That's a no-brainer. Very simple and easy to do. But we can also use a pocket clip. It is stainless steel pocket clip. We can use it as a good way to tighten up the pivot if we need to. So on the go, right, it is a nice little flathead screwdriver, if you would, and you can adjust the pivot with the pocket clip. So that is nice. A little cool aspect right there. Additional functionality. I don't mind that at all. And again, you could time this thing to oblivion, but you know, it's kind of cool. Well, first of all, let me just close the blade on this thing first. There we go. Now I'm going to try to put the pocket clip back in place. But yeah, you could tighten up the pocket clip all the way, but I feel like if you just do it by hand, it's always going to be tightened up enough to not fall apart or fall off, but easy enough to, you know, undo with your bare hands and use the, you know, pocket clip as a flathead screwdriver. So that's a nice little ad right there. Look at that. Oh, okay, listen, I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with this thing, right? So I'm pushing the button and just swinging the blade. There we go, man. That is crazy amount of weight on this thing. It's insane, right? So, wow. Listen, if you like big old pocket tanks, this thing got you covered. Man, that is crazy weight to that blade. And the click, I mean, it's nice the way it clicks too. Like, it has a whole different sound. All right, this is me getting more comfortable with it now. Oh, and by the way, it's also finger safe. So as you see, I'm opening and closing the knife. Fingers are out of the way. If you were a lefty, you would just use your index finger. So here I'm using my index finger to open the knife. And then I would just move my hand up and use my index finger again to unlock the knife. So at first I saw some pictures of this. It was like, I don't even know what's going on there. It looks, I don't know, low quality. Maybe it doesn't work that well. But seeing that in person, a couple of things they did here which really work is the nice cutout on the G10, right? That is nice. Also, the buttons are nice. Or the button, it's just one button with 2 holes, circular holes cut out. So the button is nice and easy to operate. I mean, they didn't give you a very small button. It's actually a good size for the size of handle that this is. So it's very nice and easy to, you know, manipulate. Very easy to push down on. Obviously, it's spring loaded. All right, and in case I haven't said this, you know, very minimal billboarding on the blade on both sides. It is D2 steel. And yes, it is 180 degrees -1 because this is their first model. So 180 because of, as I said earlier, the blade opens 180 and the button lock moves when turning 180 degrees, and then -1 because this is model 1. But yeah, this is surprisingly, it was a little sketchy at first, but this is surprisingly, this lockup right here for this kind of knife, all right, this is officially tank status for sure, man. It even has, I want to say, it even has, like the way this button works, I mean, you can see the hardware in here, right? So you could replace the button or the spring if you needed to, like service that by just taking out the blade from the pivot. All right, well, that's pretty neat. And again, we have a G10 combination with D2 steel, guys. What other materials would you like to see, right? What other designs, what other geometry would you like to see? Micarta, maybe a titanium version, right? I know he's wanting to do a little bit smaller models here in the near future, but hey, for giggles, here we go. Let's get a full read on this thing. Are you all ready? I don't think you're ready for this, guys. Almost 11 and a half inches, just shy of 11 and a half inches overall length. That blade is a little bit over 4.5 with 4.25 cutting path, and the handle is just a little bit under 7 inches, like 6.85, 6.9 inches or so. But yeah, definitely quite some size for giggles. We're gonna throw some knives in here, but you know, this is the you know, in a league of its own. To say that this knife is in a league of its own is a massive understatement, obviously. You guys be the judge there, right next to MSI and this stitch. Everything I put next to it obviously is going to look puny. There is the PM2 and the Para 3. All right, check that out. Demco 80-20.5 and the Kumbu chat. Yeah, clearly I think maybe I will have to pull some fixed blades, if anything, just to get to the sheer size, you know, of this thing, get anywhere near close. So yeah, I'm going fixed blade for this. This is the Ursa Major, which again is a tank of a fixed blade, but even so, it's not coming anywhere near close. And this is the Odin Wolf W flat. No, actually no, this is a W Scandi right here. So fixed blade, still coming a little bit shorter. You do get more cutting path on those fixed blades, but overall length, I mean, the EK 180-1 takes the cake. Again, just to give you a ballpark, all these are linked down below if you guys want to learn more. I have content on all these knives here on the channel as well. But yeah, moment of truth here. Let's get scientific with it, right? D2 steel. Again, ergos feel really good. If you have big old bare hands, you can even put your thumb here. For me, it's a bit of a stretch because of my average size hands, but just look at this thing. Look, like I could two-wheel this thing, right? Double hand wield this knife. That's how much handle you got on there. But 5x zoom, of course, for extra scientific points. And let's see what we do here with the D2 steel. There we go. So it looks like once it gets a good initial bite, it's definitely going to cut pretty well there. It's a factory edge, right? Brand new out of the box. You guys saw me cut the seal. So yeah, it can definitely cut paper. As far as cardboard goes, right, I'm going to cut a diagonal angle here for better performance. But we have jimping on the handle and the blade, so I'm good to go there. Getting a good grip. And oh, I mean, come on. This is like a joke, man. Absolutely going to destroy that cardboard, without a doubt. So yeah, what is that? What do we say? Almost 5 inches worth of cutting path. Check your local laws to see if you can carry a folding machete like this one. But man, that is definitely something, no doubt. So a cool backstory about this knife. The owner tells me that the inspiration for this knife lock came from a personal experience. He was trying to go into his pocket with a tip-up carry knife, ended up cutting himself, right? But it wasn't a serious injury, but at least, you know, he was able to design something that would be tip-up carry injury proof. And of course, you know, the right way to carry a tip-up carry knife like this one would be against the seam of your pocket. So when you put your hand in your pocket, you're putting it through the opposite side of where the blade is. So I will carry this knife on my right pocket, and the blade will be against the seam, and my hand will just go through here and never be anywhere close to the blade. But you know, sometimes if I carry it on the left pocket, you know, yes, I do put myself in a position where I could, you know, maybe put my hand in the pocket, and depending on the knife, there's that risk right there. So that being said, with a knife like this, obviously, you know, with this type of lock, you know, like look at that, that is actually locked in place. So believe it or not, This knife is not opening on its own. It's actually locked. So it's locked when closed. It is also obviously locked when open. So check that out. So that's going to help you right there. Once the button clicks, you have no issues, right? No worries about any scenario where you might injure yourself depending on which pocket you carry the knife in. So I thought that was pretty neat. I'm not sure if we said this or not, but we have, it looks like ball bearings on this one. So that's a pretty smooth movement right there. All right, let's get a closer look in the pivot there. If we can get the 5x zoom so you guys can see a little bit better. There's your stop pin. All right, maybe we can take a look from underneath. All right, all going on in there. I mean, absolutely not your everyday, well, the knife that we see here all the time. So certainly something quite unique, something quite different, without a shadow of a doubt. Now, the website for this guy is going to be eclipseknivesusa.com. I'm not affiliated with them, at least not at the moment of recording this video. So you can go ahead and check this knife out at the website, eclipseknivesusa.com. Also, if you try to access the website from any country outside of the United States, depending on what country you're in, the website may allow you to see the website. It may not allow you to see the site, depending on your local laws at your country. So if you run into any issues, you're from outside of the United States, just put your country down in the comment section, and the brand is going to look into that to see what they can do in the future to make their knives available in that country for you as well. But this guy goes for $100. Now, there are some other G10 D2 combinations out there. Typically, they're obviously smaller knives, so think of obviously the size, the robust build. Pretty interesting, unique locking mechanism I haven't really seen in any knife, if I'm being honest, but this one here. So that's also interesting. And I think once they do a smaller model, obviously it's going to be more affordable. He was telling me that his goal was to keep it underneath or under $100, especially for what you're getting here. So definitely something unique, definitely something quite interesting, especially if you're into the XL large behemoth gargantuous knives, then this one is very likely for you. But I would definitely love to hear from you guys in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this one. What do you like about it? What do you love about it? Is there anything you dislike about it, guys? Let me know. Let's hang out in the comment section down below. Thank you all for hanging out with me until the end. Definitely something unique, right? This is not every day that you get a chance to see a new locking system. We've seen the plunge lock a bajillion times. We've seen the new top button operated liner locks, but this button lock right here, it is absolutely unlike any button lock that you have ever seen before, and that is just extremely epic. So hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.